Okay, right back to you on the third one here. So I think we understand about change and the importance of change. I'm going to start walking back up here, get to my car, and actually going down to watch a basketball game, University of Louisville basketball game. And you have to let me know what you think about this property, if you think this is a great place here or not. Actually, I love it, and just got to make some final decisions. But anyways, so we talked a little bit about the time of the year. We talked a little bit about change. You know, these are two things that people who are top 1%, 5, 10, 20%, I mean, people who truly are at those levels, these are things that they focus on. It's things they're aware of, and it's things that they deal with. The third thing is top 1%. You know, they say that if you shoot for the stars, you might land on the moon. What does that mean? Well, what that means is that if you set your goals, for top 1%, you may or may not hit top 1%. But what if you hit top 5? What if you hit top 10? What if you hit top 20? Now, if you're born into it, you know, or if you are already there, and I'm not just talking about money you're making, I'm talking about quality of life as well. You know, because there's a lot of people making a lot of money, but they hate what they're doing. They're a slave to it. They can't stand it. But they can't get out of it, because if they get out of it, there's nothing else they can do to replace it to generate that kind of income and maintain that lifestyle. So they're totally a slave to it. And there's nothing worse than being a slave at a high level. Being a slave at a high level where you literally feel like you're handcuffed to it. I mean, you feel useless. You feel hopeless. You know you can't quit, and you know there's nothing else you can do. And it's truly just a different type of slavery. It really is. Now, but if you shoot for top 1%, if you'll take the things that I'm sharing with you, if you'll take this training, you'll take this education, take this empowerment, take this knowledge, and you'll apply it. What if you start building your business? And what if 5 years from now, you're in the top 20%? Not the top 1, not top 5, not top 10, but the top 20. Well, guess what? Once you make it to top 20, it's easier to go to top 10 once you've made top 20. And then it's easier to go top 5 after you made top 10. And then it's easier to go top 1 after you've made top 5. You see what I mean? So the key is shooting for top 1%. What does that mean? Well, that means taking all these teachings and this education and empowerment and employing it in your day-to-day consciousness, and then in your day-to-day activity, and your day-to-day focus. And the cool thing is this, guess what? It applies to everything you're doing in life, not just this business. So if you actually put it into play, if you get focused on it, if you're conscious of it, if you're aware of it, what's going to happen? Well, you're going to end up where you end up. And if you keep honing your skills, keep making your skills a little bit better, what's going to happen? You're going to move up. Now, it's all based on productive activity, because I can tell you this. If you will take all this information, you could learn it, you could probably even teach it better than me. But if you don't back it up with productive activity, guess what's going to happen? You won't reach there. You'll be the most highly educated, unproductive person. You'll know everything about how to get there, you just won't get there. You won't get there. So the key thing is this. You got to do the productive activity. You got to get out and network. You got to meet people. You got to contact people you know. It's funny, I was talking to somebody just the other day, and they said, you know, I just don't know who to talk to. Don't know who to talk to. And I said, well, what does your family say? What does your friends said? I said, what about some of the people you work with? And I went through a list of all these different types of people, and they said, well, I've been in a few companies before, so I can't really contact those people. And you know the interesting thing? And yes, I am a little out of breath walking up this hill. It's a lot longer and bigger hill than it looks like. And I'm trying to talk at the same time. Anyways, I guess I should be in the gym more, right? Anyways, here's the thing that I would tell you. And that is this. That what you need to do, you need to totally contact everyone. What's the worst case thing that could happen? What's the worst thing that could happen? Well, the worst case scenario is this, is that you contact somebody and they say, no, I'm not interested. Well, does that hurt you? Does that hurt you? No, but using questions, don't just take the first thing that they say. Don't do that. If somebody says, hey, I know you've been in a bunch of things and I don't want to talk to you. Just ask them, why do you feel that way? Do you mind if I ask you that? Why do you feel that way? Say, are you totally safe and secure with where you are in life? I mean, our economy is not in the best place right now. Are you making all the money you want to make? Are you exactly happy with where you are? Say, you know, every time Babe Ruth struck out, do you think he never stepped to the plate and swung for a home run again? Every time Michael Jordan missed a game-winning shot, does that mean he never took another game-winning shot? You know, if you are where you want to be in life, that's awesome. but I refuse to quit. I refuse to give up. I will never quit trying to find a way to set my family up to live a great life. I won't. If you don't want to see what I have to share with you, that's okay. Now, I'm talking about having a conversation with somebody. I'm not talking about grilling them. I'm not talking about making them wrong. I'm just talking about having an adult human-to-person conversation. That's what I'm talking about. And if you will do this, what you'll find is because you'll do, again, what 99% won't. Most of them, when they call somebody, they say no, they just drop off. But when you engage them in some healthy adult conversation using some questioning without it feeling like interrogation, many times you can get them to open up where they'll come back and sit with you. And you know what? They still may not. They still may not. But then here's my suggestion. If they say no, they don't want to, ask them if they know anybody. This is one of the biggest things, and I'll close on this point. So one of the biggest things is that ask them if they know anybody. Most of you don't know, but I was a referral. A CPA here in town, my hometown of Louisville, a very successful CPA, had prospected a stockbroker. And the stockbroker said no. Said, no, you've been in a couple companies like this. No, I really don't want to do it. And he said, well, do you know anybody? He goes, yeah, I do. I know this guy named Scott Merker. You should call him. So the guy called me. I didn't know him. He just told me that he said, hey, a friend of yours, Chuck Eisenman, asked me to give you a call. So guess what I did? I went and met with him. And that was 22, almost 23 years ago. That was the start of my career. That was the start of my career in this industry because of a referral. Good friend of mine who was number 2 in a company that got to well over $1 billion in sales. He and his wife were a referral. And guess what? They were a referral who promised to come to a meeting, but they no-showed 4 times. But the person kept calling them back. So ask for referrals. The worst thing that can happen is somebody can say no. So there's people all around us. There's nobody around me right now out here. This is wide open. You do have to admit it is very beautiful out here, yeah? Anyways, when you come to Louisville and visit me sometime, I'll take you out and show you the town. Maybe you'll come for the Kentucky Derby sometime. I think you get the point. This is all top 1%. It's totally up to you whether you want to learn it, whether you want to employ it. If you've watched this all the way through, you've watched close to 30 minutes. But I can tell you this, the 30 minutes you spent right here with me, it's probably about 27 total. If you're serious about this business, it's probably more valuable than just about anything else you could do or almost anybody else you could spend it with. Because I'm somebody who truly cares about your success. As long as you're willing to do your part to do what you have to do to have success. So with that being said, I'm going to finish a cup of coffee. I'm going to head to the basketball game and then spend the rest of the evening with family. Hope you're having an awesome, awesome day, and I'll talk to you soon. Take care. Top 1%'s in your reach. I hope you go for it.